We didn't become Canadians. We weren't born in Canada. Canada was born around us.
Annually, we have a walk with the mayor, and this is a chance to just get out and talk to people about anything.
No! It's unpredictable, the type of behavior that you will get behind the wheel.
The stress of having to go through the treatments alone is enough for anybody.
I'm Leah Bolton.
I'm Dean Atwell. Fraser Focus, a fresh perspective beyond the bridge.
Hey guys, welcome to Fraser Focus, local faces and local places here in the South Fraser and Fraser Valley area. I'm Leah Bolton.
And I'm Dean Atwell. On this show, we strive to tell stories that are often overlooked by mainstream media. Now, coming up on today's episode, it's all about respecting the cone zone and raising awareness. We also visit some local musicians, the Fleetwood Jammers.
And don't forget, I get to do a pretty cool walking and talking with Mayor Fraser. As well, we visit the Volunteer Cancer Drivers Association.
However, to start off the show, it's a celebration all year long. It's Canada's 150th.
As we celebrate the 150, there's something that we want the world to know. Yes, we love our syrup and skating on ice. And oh my God, we're so polite and nice.
So what's your favorite part about being a Canadian?
The privilege that it comes with being a Canadian. And the fact that we're still part of the Commonwealth, I like that. Still with the Queen of England.
Yeah, of course you would love that part. Everyone keeps saying their favorite part is the freedom.
I don't have to think every day I'm in Canada and therefore I have to think a certain way. I just think about my day-to-day life, and that is a privilege.
It's a place that we can all call home and be safe, and it's a refuge from everywhere, all the other troubled places in this world. So,
not everybody's carrying a gun, and you're able to worship here as you want, able to follow whatever faith you're at without any repercussions, and that I absolutely love.
Timmy's double-double will start your day for less than a toonie. That's pretty good, eh?
Did you know each year Tim Hortons sells 2 billion cups of coffee to Canadians?
Welcome, Tim Hortons. Can I take your order, please?
8 out of every 10 cups of coffee sold to Canadians come from Tim Hortons. All right.
Do you know the Rookie of the Year in 2013?
Sidney Crosby?
No.
So what do you think our biggest accomplishment has been as a country?
Well, supporting women in violence, and for, of course, First Nations.
The Stalo people have been here for over 10,000 years. I mean, that's been established by science as well as, the Stalo themselves by oral tradition. It was great for Ontario and Quebec and New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, but the rest of us came along later. So it's wonderful that we are a united country now, but I think we need to put more value on that long Indigenous history.
We didn't become Canadians. We weren't born in Canada. Canada was born around us. I love that saying, and I use it. I don't always say it the right way. But part of this is a recognition that we're all here to stay. But Canada has a lot of growing to do.
If we listen to each other, share the land with one another, then we'll always be united. Canada, oh Canada.
Did you also know that stats say that 1 in 5 of us are foreign-born?
And today, you go anywhere in the country, you talk to 15 or 20 random Canadians all across the country. You ask them where they grew up, they might say 2 provinces over, but there's also just as good a chance that they may say on the other side of the world.
You're from Ukraine?
Yep.
Ukraine, Russia,
Yeah.
Brazil. Wow.
Now, you were all born in 33 different countries, and I asked some of you as you came by where you were born. But now, all of you, where are you from? Canada. Where are you from? Canada.
I'm so happy to be a Canadian. I'm proud to be a Canadian because it's a beautiful country. And I love Canada. Nice people. It's the best in the world.
Well, I'm the product of 2 immigrant parents, so it's all about diversity and just all the freedoms that come with being Canadian. It's just great. Can't find a better country anywhere.
Let our voices ring across the nation. Happy birthday
locations this year, and most of those can be found on your city's website.
You're watching Fraser Focus, local places and faces from here in the Fraser region. We'll be right back.
So I'm going to interview you, and what's your name?
Keltie.
Hey guys, welcome back to Fraser Focus, local faces and places here in the South Fraser and Fraser Valley region. Right now we're here in Langley with Township Mayor Froese. We've launched some new equipment today. It's age-friendly outdoor exercise equipment. It's going to be fun, right?
It's going to be great.
No matter what it is, no matter what your ability, there's always something that you can do. And it's fantastic that people are out here, and we have this beautiful park where you can take time to enjoy nature and get fit.
I can feel my waistline again.
Is this too hard?
No, this is easy. This is really easy.
You think you could do the whole circuit?
I think so.
An age-friendly world is one that helps people stay healthy and active even at their oldest ages. And this age-friendly equipment really fits squarely within that world.
Toes push up. There you go.
Oh, hey, I'm being elevated.
Yes, you are. And now just slowly come on down.
Oh,
So you're working your chest and your back.
Yes.
And always make sure your abs stay nice and tight.
Do you know what? It works everything.
It does. Put your toes
One. There we go. There we go. We are building a community that recognizes the needs of seniors, recognizes what seniors can give back to the community. And annually we have a walk with the mayor, and it's to encourage people to engage in a healthy lifestyle, and this is a chance to just get out and talk to people about anything, any issues that they have concern, or talk about the park, beautiful parks that we're in the community garden. And that's some students came and helped us with that, didn't they?
That's correct. Yeah, I think it was a rugby club from one of the high schools.
That's right.
Came out and helped build the beds, and then these are all community gardening beds.
What'd you come out today for?
Just to enjoy the walk and find out what this park is all about.
Oh, so you live around here then?
Oh yes, I live on Murray's Crescent, not too far away.
So are you going to try out the new age-friendly exercise equipment?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah?
That'll be interesting.
You think this could be part of your daily routine when it's not raining, of course?
Well, not daily, but once in a while anyway. We'll try it out and see where it goes from there.
And then back up.
Oh, okay, one, that's good.
One more?
One more, okay.
One more. We can do one more.
There you go.
Can I ask what makes this particular equipment age-friendly?
It's very easy to use. There's traction support on the majority of the equipment. It is resistance-based, so that there's no additional weight. You're using your body weight and your natural body movements to use all the equipment.
So what am I doing here?
You're gonna stand upright.
Okay.
And you're just gonna move your legs alternating from your hands. Back and forth.
Okay, so
back and
this?
forth, yeah. Keep your abs nice and tight.
Okay. She's doing good.
Back and forth, keep going, keeping your abs nice and tight. You can push
The age-friendly strategy had a lot of that input, and there were places in there where we as a parks department had to plug in and say, what are we going to be doing to meet the objectives of the age-friendly strategy.
Keep going. You have to need a fan. There's a little girl back there.
Yeah.
And she wanted to come to walk with the mayor.
Hi, how are you? So I'm going to interview you, and what's your name?
What's your name?
Keltie.
And that spells?
Keltie.
Keltie. Very nice. What a beautiful name.
Do you know who that is?
Mayor.
Yeah.
The mayor. All right.
And it's the
nice
walk with
work.
the mayor
Keep
today.
going. You can do it. Do we have more things on the horizons for the future?
Absolutely. Right now we are just launched the Let's Dig It Seniors Gardening Club here at Derek's Doubleday every Monday.
Right here?
Right here.
Am I doing good? You're doing good. She does. All right. Yeah. Beautiful. Keeping the abs nice and tight. So if you keep the abs nice and tight, you're going to be working the abdominals. If you loosen the abs just a little bit, it's more of a back stretch.
I like it. We'll be right back here on Fraser Focus in a moment.
And I think the idea behind all of that is to think that that cone that's out there on the roadway, it's out there for a purpose, and there's a person that's working behind it.
come through? Welcome back to Fraser Focus. In warmer weather, road construction crews are out across the region and drivers are once again being reminded to slow down.
Whoa! Great!
Do you get that a lot? People don't pay attention?
They don't obey the traffic. They don't, like the speed traffic zones, they don't obey your direction. They feel that they can slander you, yell at you.
What kind of mood do you think people are in as they're being told to stop here for the flaggers?
Probably annoyed. I just want to get to where they want to get going.
It's unpredictable, the type of behavior that you will get behind the wheel. Unfortunately, guns have been pulled on traffic control personnel on the road saying if they'll stop them again on a second occurrence that they're going to shoot them.
A lot of people don't pay attention to our signs. They speed when the pre-warning signs are put out to let you know that we're ahead, that to use caution, or that maybe the roads are going to be changing and people need to slow down.
I've been watching over here where they're doing construction, and I've seen them put up the slow sign and the stop sign, and people just totally ignore it and they just go through. They just definitely don't slow down.
Why do you think people don't slow down?
They're all into their own lives and in a hurry and not being respectful of people that are on the job site.
They should up the fines for people that dare to put, lives in jeopardy like that. Because, like you and me, they're just trying to do the job.
Because a lot of times when they do make mistakes, if I can catch them, they tell me that they're confused and not sure which way to go, when clearly when you put out a construction sign, a lane closure sign, and you have arrows, we're there to guide you. But if you slow down, take your time, you can make it through safely.
Why do you think people disobey? Why are they so frustrated?
Because everybody's in a hurry. They need to leave 10 minutes sooner.
I was working on a site on 272nd, and a car came out of nowhere once my traffic had come to a complete stop, and it clipped me, and then it kept going. At that time, I just got up off the ground and I continued my job, but just 1 second.
They might be paying attention to the situation at hand, but there could be a multitude of drivers behind you that might not be paying attention. So when you slow down, you make everybody else behind you be more aware of the situation at hand.
What can drivers do?
Well, if they pay attention to the signs and obey the signs, if it says the lane's going to be closing up ahead, merge sooner than later. Don't come right up to the closure and merge at the last minute, because that's when accidents happen.
Everybody knows somebody that works out on the roadway, and there's a lot of different types of work that gets involved with roadside work. I think construction gets highlighted a lot, but there's people that work in the tow industry, you have different emergency services, landscapers, and I think the idea behind all of that is to think that that cone that's out there on the roadway, it's out there for a purpose, and there's a person that's working behind it.
WorkSafeBC reports that 16 roadside workers were injured during 2016, which is a stiff reminder to respect the cone zone. You're watching Fraser Focus. We'll be right back.
Tambourine, that sounds like something I could do.
There you go, it's over here.
Hey guys, welcome back to Fraser Focus, local faces and local places. In October of 2015, the volunteer driver program in BC offered by the Canadian Cancer Society shut down. A group of people formed an organization to get people together to help out with a solution.
Ready to go?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, jump in.
Please drive to highlighted route.
The stress of having to go through the treatments alone is enough for anybody, and knowing that someone will be there to pick you up and take you to the treatments, it helps a lot, because many times when you're not feeling well or you're under stress or whatever, it's difficult to drive yourself. So I started with chemo, or I should say I started with surgery and then had chemo treatments, and then now 25 radiation treatments. So it's getting close to the end.
Our drivers are totally dedicated. They take the patient from their home to the care facility, and sometimes the treatment will be very, very fast, like radiation, a few minutes. But other treatments take a long, long time.
You've had 21 different or similar drivers. They're not always the same person.
No, I've only had a couple of drivers more than once, but they're all been different. And they're all very nice people, very understanding. They've all experienced cancer in one way or another, either through themselves or family member or friends. And so they all understand what you're going through, and they're all very kind to talk to you about anything.
I saw one of the little pamphlets, and they were saying how they really needed drivers. Otherwise, usually you just meet them at the door. You don't go into their houses, unless they invite you in. Okay. And then when they're in the car, you don't ask them, personal questions or what, unless they want to talk to you. And other than that, you just drive and off you go. And that's my way of giving back and using my car in a good way. And there's a big demand for drivers.
Rotary Club donated $2,000.
We did prove that there is a need, because as word spread that we were offering this service, we went from 100 patients to well over around 400, I would say. And what's costing us about $15,000 a month.
Oh, you don't have shoes on.
It's been so helpful to us. Dad was diagnosed and needing treatment in St. Paul's, and having that overwhelming news, and then trying to figure out how we're gonna do this, and he lives so far away, and it's every day. So it's every day for 7 days that he has to come out. So that's 4 hours of traveling for me, because I'd have to come from North Van to White Rock to St. Paul's, back again.
Well, this is a good excuse to get out with the sun.
We actually didn't know about this service until another patient in the room, he overheard us, and he mentioned that there was this amazing service, and it's been a godsend.
There's nothing like it, really.
Yeah.
You can't take the bus, you can't take a taxi, it's too expensive. So you're basically stuck without that service.
It's an absolutely essential service. Cancer patients need it, and the only requirement to use our service is to tell us that you have cancer.
Well, thank you very much, Maureen.
You're quite welcome.
With all the drivers involved, they make approximately 500 trips a month dropping off cancer patients. Stay with us here on Fraser Focus. We're not done yet. We're heading over to the Fleetwood Jammers.
This is the Fleetwood Community Center, so we're in the community of Fleetwood.
It's a working man I am.
Every Thursday is Jammers with our seniors. They are a great group of seniors who have a passion for music. They're amateur musicians, and they just come together, bring their instruments, and sing and dance and have a good time.
I think that these senior centers are so important, and music always brings out everything in everyone. It gives them a reason to get up in the morning and just come and enjoy the happiness and share the time with each other.
What'd you play?
I play guitar. I didn't start until about 8 or 9 years ago, so I'm kind of new.
Hey, never too late to start, right?
I always say that you only go this way once, and this is not a rehearsal, so if you want to try something and learn something, do it.
They're all amateurs, so.
Yeah, but they're very entertaining. I like it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And very nice people.
Yeah, and it's good for a Thursday afternoon, right?
It is good.
All good for me. All good for me.
Have you seen them before?
Oh, yeah, we come here every week.
Every week?
Yeah.
And you dress up really nice. I like the alley, yeah.
I've always wanted to drum since,
good. Okay.
Since I was a child.
Well, show me your stuff then.
It's fun, isn't it?
Yes. That's really fun. I'll give it back to you. I'm terrible, but yeah, this is good. I like it.
I'm 82 already too. So when you get up to that age, it's kind of difficult to do certain things. So you need younger people. But then we're into this singer stuff and all this old-style music. It's kind of hard for us to get younger people.
You say you play the guitar, but not right now. Today you're on drums.
I do both. Yeah, they have me doing both, and tambourines or whatever's necessary.
Oh, tambourine, that sounds like something I could do.
There you go, it's over here.
It's made up of seniors and all ages of seniors. We go from, I don't know, from mid-50s to 99. We have one fella that just turned 99 on the 29th of December.
Wow.
1917.
So, 1970. So this year you turn 100.
I'll soon be 100, yeah.
You don't look 100.
This year, in December.
How do you stay looking so young?
Well, you have to do what you have to do.
So tell me the secret, because I want to...
I don't smoke, I don't drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Well, I study music and I write music.
Art is amazing, dude. He really knows how to jam.
Now, if only I could be half as good as him, and especially at his age.
Me too. That would be awesome. And that's it for this week's episode of Fraser Focus, bringing you stories from beyond the bridge.
Now remember, if you have a story that you'd like us to share, please feel free to contact us. I'm Dean Atwell.
And I'm Leah Bolton. See you next week.